Hey guys, it's me ASMR here, and today I'm going to be reading a Ushijima Wakatoshi ex-listener. This one is titled Project Partner Shenanigans, and this one was written by the person that wrote the Canva fanfiction that I read yesterday, the apple pie in corner store one, in like Midnight Trips to the corner store. So they're writing this one, but they wanted to let you guys know that they're only like halfway through season 2 right now, so it might not be perfectly accurate, but I mean, it's still going to be cute regardless. So yeah, that's all I have to say. This takes place winter before Hinata gets into Karasuno, so boom. And I don't know, yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, and of course I'm gonna read your fanfiction. I'm glad that you like that I read it for you. And this is kind of a long intro, so without further ado, let's get right on into the video. You walk through the doorway of your project partner and friend Ushijima Wakatoshi's house. He was standing next to you, guiding you inside. He was one partner that the teacher would always pair you up with, and he liked you since you weren't scared of him, and you always had something interesting to talk to him about most of the time. You took off your shoes, hanging your coat up since it was already pretty cold outside. The snow was falling down heavily. Ooh, it's so cold outside. Thanks for letting me in and coming over so I could... sorry. Brr, it's so cold out. Thanks for letting me come over to your house since mine is further away. He sent a smile to him as he sent a small one back, enjoying the warmth of the house as he settled down the bag of supplies onto his kitchen counter. It wasn't a problem. My house was closer to the store, so it made more sense to maximize the amount of time that we would have to work on the posters so we can get it done faster, he said, taking off his shoes as well, putting them in his coat next to yours on the rack. Oh, and I also bought these ingredients for dinner later, you mentioned as you put the bag of ingredients in the fridge. He walked towards the bag of supplies, picking it up and walking upstairs with both of your bags. You quickly closed the fridge, ran up the stairs, passing him in the process, and waited for him to get up the stairs at the top. You opened his door, scanning the familiar room. You don't have to go so fast, last name, he calmly reprimanded, walking up to the stand beside you. It looks like this would be the last time... It looks about the last time that Ushi-san... Sorry, I keep misreading it. It looks about the same as last time, Ushi-san. You should really spice it up in here or something with some stuff other than volleyball. Don't you have any other interest? You completely ignored him, heading straight for his bed and flopping down onto it. I do. I have an interest in someone, he replied, sitting on the floor next to his table, starting to spread out the supplies in an organized section. You perked up at what he had said. Ooh, that's weird. Mr. Scary but Sweet has a crush? That's very unexpected for you. Who is it? You inquired, hanging down, staring at him from his bed. He nodded. He was used to your behavior, but when it came to doing projects, but you were very creative and focused. I'd rather not say now. I haven't even told anyone but Tendo, so I'd rather it stay between the two of us. He sent a smile over to your way. He sent a smile to you. He went over to you, a smile on his face as he held out his hand to you. You rolled over, swinging your legs on the other side of the bed. You took your hand and lifted it off of the bed. That's completely fine. I get it. I do that with my crush as well. They can be quite surprising for people, so I never really tell anyone, you said as you sat down on the ground, waiting for the boy to sit next to you. He was sitting there on the side of his bed with behind his back, taking out his laptop and starting to write the script. You, opening up a marker, decided to start the poster as he did. Time skip. After a while, you were starting to get bored, the poster not really needing much else on it. Ushijima was starting to type up part of the script and editing your part so it wasn't too much of a mouthful for the two of you. He let you have the poster all to yourself since he knew that you liked to design things. He kept an eye on you while you were typing, a small smile stuck on his face. You started fidgeting with your fingers as you watched the boy type, eventually going up to him and sitting next to him. Watching him type up his section, Ushijima felt himself start to get a little nervous, messing up his typing as he felt your breath on his shoulder. His face was starting to become a little bit red, his usually stoic persona crumbling away like cookies. You felt yourself starting to get sleepy, head nodding up and down, up and down, up and down, trying to keep yourself awake. Ushijima became bold, not being able to deal with you sitting so close to his face. He took your body, shifting it so you could lay down onto his lap. After he did so, he went straight back to writing. You were slightly shocked, but also half asleep, so you didn't really care that you fell asleep on him. He happily kept writing for a few more minutes until he closed the laptop, placing it on the table and started to rub your head with his fingers, swirling your hair in his hands. After about 30 minutes, he was starting to nod off himself before a ringing interrupted both of your sleepy selves. He reluctantly got up, crawling to his bag and crawling back to his spot that he was in, digging out his bag before pulling out his phone. The contact name read Tendo. He had groaned and then put his phone back into his bag. Tendo knew he was having a study day with his crush, so why was he calling him? He heard you shift and sit up, rubbing your eyes, body missing the warmth that it had. Ushi, what happened? All I remember is you working on the script. Did I fall asleep? You asked, his face having a light blush splattered on it. He turned to you. His heart was skipping a few beats as you gave him an innocent smile. He turned away, looking at the ground as he got up and walked towards the door. You fell asleep on my lap. I didn't mind though. I was almost asleep too. If I hadn't remembered that we had to make dinner, I would have fallen asleep right along with you. You watched as the boy walked to the door. You jumped up, running towards him, grabbing his arm and pulling him back on accident, making both of you slip and fall down the stairs. You were underneath him, taking most of the impact of the fall. A thud after each step that you had slid down, the wooden stairs leaving bruises as you had finally hit the bottom of the stairs with a loud thud. Ugh, that hurt. I'm so sorry, Ushijima. I'm such a klutz, you said as he held your head in your hand, eyes closed in pain, you being unaware of the position that you were in. His face went ablaze. His arms were wrapped around your torso, holding you tightly. Bruises were bound on his left arms from the stair, but at that moment, all he felt was embarrassment. The position that you two were in was just so awkward. It's okay. What about you? Are you okay? That had to hurt. He worriedly asked, releasing his grip on you, getting up and offering his hand. You opened your eyes, squinting from the pain. He glanced down at your scraped legs and arms. I'm fine. It just hurts a lot. I shouldn't have run down the stairs so fast, but hey, at least I'm awake now. He smiled through the pain, taking his hand as he pulled you up, dragging you into the kitchen. He picked you up by the waist, extorting a squeak out of you as he set you on the counter. He went into the cabinet, rummaging through it before he took out a first aid kit, a blush now covering your face, making you turn away in embarrassment. You stay here while I clean these scratches entirely and get them bandaged up, he commanded, pulling out the hydrogen peroxide, which made you give him a defeated smile. He poured some of the peroxide on a cotton ball, kneeling onto the floor and lifting up your leg, gently pressing it on the scratches on your leg. You let out a hiss of pain, the peroxide cleaning the cuts and scratches, but that only comes at the cost of a stinging sensation. He continued to clean the cuts, the peroxide cleaning the spots, but making you writhe in pain. He grabbed some ointment, making sure to put them on the bandages where most of the damage was, making sure that they were firmly wrapped up. He finally finished bandaging, letting you off the counter and get up to stretch. Thank you, Ushi. You didn't have to do that for me. It was my fault we fell down anyways. He opened the fridge, taking out the ingredients. You're welcome. Anyways, what are we making for dinner? Ushijima inquired, watching your delicate hands pick up the ingredients out of the bag. Well, I decided to make hayashi rice, because I know it's one of your favorites. You took out everything that you needed. His eyes softened at you, not knowing that you would remember some of the things that he would say in his conversations. You're too sweet to me, YN. Last name, he commanded, starting to help you cook the dish. You're nicer to me, you retorted, a smile on your face. After a few minutes, he came up with his own response. You pay more attention to me. You always make me... Oh wait, he says all... Oh. Sorry, I don't even like Ushijima that much, but this is cute. Okay. After a few more minutes, he came up with a response of his own. You pay more attention to me. You make sure that I'm always comfortable. You always cheer me up. You never fail to make me smile. You're so creative. and talented. You're a great partner. You're a patient person, and I mean, you're really funny. You're smart, adorable, handsome, always there in my head, and you're constantly on my mind. Oh my god, stop it. You make me want to kiss you, Ushijima admitted, not realizing that his playful banter was trying to rile you up, and he had accidentally revealed his feelings to you, but he kept cooking anyways. After 2 or more minutes of silence, he had realized what he said, but he just looked down and away, the redness now covering his face. Your cheeks? No, your entire face looked like a jar of tomato juice in the recipe, or the tomato juice in the recipe that you were using. You silently kept cooking, not knowing what else to respond with after his sudden confession towards you. The two of you silently finished making your meal. The boy barely even noticed you giving the dish a second glance. He gazed attentively at the ground, eyes practically burning a hole into it. You took a deep breath, gathering your thoughts and having the courage to say something. Wakatoshi, you make me want to kiss you back. You grabbed his hand boldly, blush nuzzling itself deeper into both of your cheeks. You turned your head towards the tall boy, he stared right back at you, a sweet smile on his lips, which was one that you had never seen before. He looked at the food and then back at you. Do you want to eat? I'm sure you're hungry, he asked, making you nod at him. You realized his hand was in yours. You released his hand from yours, dishing up some of the food that you two had just made. He did the same thing as he gathered the plates of his favorite food. You grabbed his hand after he finished dishing up and brought him over to the table. The two of you sat down next to each other. You both said a prayer before you began eating, the food having an impeccable taste. A smile curved onto your lips. This is delicious. You're really good at making food, Toshi. He sent a smile towards the boy, and he sent one back, still chewing his food in his mouth. We also make it together, so we make delicious food, he corrected. Also, I like the nickname, first name. Thank you, Toshi. I made it up myself, since I thought it was just as cute as you are. You flirted, a blush forming on his face. He got flustered and turned away, shoving some food into his mouth. You giggled and continued to eat your food as you calmly sat next to the boy, still holding his hand underneath the table. Little time skip. You and Ushijima finished your food, taking your plates into the sink. Both of you cleaned up. You had proceeded to grab Ushijima's hand, running up the stairs with the boy. He held on tightly as you pulled him along, pushing his door open and bringing him onto his bed, sitting him down on it. He slowly put his head on your shoulder, your scent and warmth comforting him. You leaned your head back down on the boy's head. I really like you, first name, he confessed, a smile earning a chuckle from your lips. What's so funny? I like you too, you dork. Wasn't it obvious before? You snorted, stroking his hand with your thumb. He squeezed at your hand gently before releasing it. He gestured for you to sit next to him with the pillows. You obliged, sitting directly next to him, leaning onto his chest and snuggling into it. He rested his head onto yours in a response, the two of you slowly falling asleep before the snow fell down outside. That was so cute. That little, accidental confession. That was so cute. Oh my god. That's adorable. Imagine Ushijima blushing. Stop it. You can't tell me he wouldn't look cute as fuck. Because you would be such a liar for that one. Anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you do, make sure you subscribe. Because I really like that. And, y'all should go boost this fanfic. It's in the description right now. Go read it right now. Boost it. Because, they need more reads on this. Why is it none? They barely have any reads. Oh, that's kind of disappointing, guys. You guys, come through with the boost, guys. Try to get them to at least 30 views on the first story, which is the Kenma one. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you subscribe and have the notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a video. And also comment down below some other characters you want me to do, and I'll try my best to do them for you guys. Also, like the video because that does something for the YouTube algorithm. And make sure you do put the notifications on because I don't have a very, very strict upload schedule. So well, I mean, I post every day, obviously, but my time is kind of whack sometimes. So, make sure you guys comment down below and everything. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!